All right, move over, kids. It's the Sunday night podcast. We've got ourselves the special guest Bandana Gamer with us today, all the way from our nation's capital, right? You're in our nation's capital now?
I am in Washington, D.C., permanent.
Okay, yeah.
So that means three of us are near each other then.
I know, you guys.
Yeah.
You guys could all meet up. Me and David, we've already met up. So like, eventually, Thanos.
Don't you dare say that like we're not going to all get together at some point.
Oh yeah, wow. I say we get together for the opening of Nintendo Land in Walt Disney World Land.
When's that supposed to be?
So hyped
here.
I don't care if I'm literally 90 years old when that opens. I will hobble in there.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. That thing's gonna be outrageous.
See my Mario.
No, not Mario, Luigi and Mario. You know
green.
That.
We want to see Green Mario.
But like the older generation doesn't quite know what the kids are into. They'll call it like Mario.
And then and Green Mario too. Don't forget Green Mario.
And the Green Mario.
So anyways, I think it opens. Well, pictures are surfacing right now of Nintendo Land in Japan, and they're trying to get it to open before the Tokyo Games, which is next year.
Oh, nice.
So
US is slated for 2025.
Ours is slated for 2025? Oh, man.
Yeah, Universal's opening up a whole new park called Epic Universe. And it will be one of the lands in the new Universal Epic Universe.
That place is going to hurt because they're going to have, like, exclusive games and stuff. You know, Breath of the Wild 2, amusement park edition, and I'll have to go to eBay and spend like 5 times as much on it, like donate some plasma to get it. So anyways, guys, the big news of this week, I know not everybody's played Pokemon, but who's played Pokemon so far? We've got Okay, so what are your first impressions? Because if you go off of non-first impressions, people who haven't played the game, they seem to have a lot to say. The people who have not played the game. But tell me about you guys and your experience so far. William, you played the least amount, so why don't we just start with you? Tell us what you're digging. You're a hardcore Pokemon fan from back in the day. So what are you experiencing?
I've been playing since Red and Blue. I'm enjoying it. I like the region. Really like it being in a European setting.
Yeah, it's based off of England, if I'm remembering.
Yeah, and it's partially because of my heritage.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that the opening, there's a lot of stuff because they introduced a while back the new Pokemon Wooloo, the sheep.
Yep.
Wooloo.
And you see a bunch of Wooloo during the opening of this game. Like it's almost like part of the plot.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard to use Wooloo and stuff because I like Wooloo, but I'll tell you what, he is the worst member of my team. Like I try really hard to throw the dude a bone every once in a while.
A lot of times normal types are like that. Oh, they're right in the first area.
Well, yeah, I haven't found one to catch yet. I've seen, I think it's the previous evolved form of Corviknight, which I really want, mind you. And a few other things. There's a bug Pokemon that looks kind of creepy. And,
there's a couple of them. I won't spoil things, but there's one that has a new dual typing.
I think at this point you can kind of spoil things. I think we're beyond it because the game's out and it's been out for a minute now.
Well,
so
some people don't want to know
like
what other new Pokemon are in it.
I heard there are 93 new Pokemon. That's what I heard, and there's 400 altogether, which is a lot of Pokemon. So, like, I don't understand what all the the hate is in regards to the Pokemon that got cut. Thumbnail.
There's some that are cut that are used competitively, and I think that's part of why. I mean, Metagross is not in the game.
Wow.
Yeah, but, I mean that's one a lot of people use, but I'm not a competitive person.
I could really care less.
Wait, can you give us
like I did in my video earlier? I could care less.
Devin, could you one more time?
Ludicolo's in it, so
could you one more time? All right, competitive players. Wah, that's the official response for the Move Over Kids. What about you, Devin?
Put it in fancy quote lettering.
Yeah, fancy quote lettering. What about you, Devin? What are you experiencing from Pokemon? When did you first get into Pokemon?
Red was the first one I picked up.
Okay, so you're hardcore too. Then you're back in the day. Shout out to Link though. His 13th birthday is today, and enjoying it in Vegas. Viva Las Vegas! So shout out to the Clanton, and Sid Patel. Shout out to Sid Patel as well, but shout out to the Clanton, especially Link on his 13th birthday. Make sure I don't know, you're in Vegas, but you're 13, so I guess just have fun eating all you can eat buffets.
Go look up Secret Pizza. I think it's in the Cosmopolitan.
Whenever William recommends something, I got to say that I don't know.
No, Ken, it's a pizza place in the Cosmopolitan. It's not on any of the maps. It's kind of a hidden pizza place, and there's no signs that say the name of the place, and it's just dubbed Secret Pizza.
Secret Pizza.
Okay.
I kind of want it.
Sketchy at all.
Right?
It's pretty good
Pizza in Las Vegas.
And it has secret sauce too.
No, it's just a hidden place that people don't really know it's there unless they're looking for it.
Right. That's where you find all the shiny Pokemon too. The Secret Pizza place. So Devin, what's your thoughts on not just Secret Pizza but Pokemon Sword and Shield?
Well, I don't know about you guys. I started out with Shield because I want to play against the ghost type gym leader, whatever we're going to call him, Alistair. I like it a lot. I mean, it's the exact same feeling I've had playing every other Pokemon game. It doesn't need to be that much different that all these people are complaining about. I like it a lot. The new additions of the new Pokemon are pretty cool. I forget the name of the one that I found. It was a bug creature that looked like it was a caterpillar with like purple and yellow colors on it.
Yeah, it looks like an alien head or something.
Yes, I forget the name of it, but it was interesting.
I've seen that one. I fought somebody that had one.
I like the fact that they kept in the ability to put the Pokemon in the Pokeball from Let's Go, so you can walk it. I like that that's still there. I don't know. The game looks very colorful to me. It's very striking as compared to like the older games.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm all around enjoying it a lot. I'm planning on
and the shinies are still in the game too.
I have never seen a shiny. I take it back. I saw one Rattata shiny in Let's Go, but other than that, I've never seen a shiny in my entire life.
I've never seen a shiny in Let's Go Pikachu. I've never found one. The only time I have is in Pokemon Go on the cell phone. I've never actually caught one.
Yeah, I've gotten them in Pokemon Go. I think it was Ruby and Sapphire. I found a shiny Voltorb, and it self-destructed on me.
I see people go shiny hunting on Twitch and stuff, or I don't watch them. I just kind of see that, like, let's go shiny hunting, and I'm just like, how do these people find these shinies?
The thing I hate about shinies, though, a lot of times they're not very innovative with how they're doing the colors, because I'm color deficient. So some colors, I don't notice the difference. Mm-hmm. Shiny Pikachu looks almost exactly the same as the regular Pikachu. It's just a shade darker.
So do you know that you have red hair?
I have blonde hair. It's slowly gotten a little bit more red. My beard's red. No, if you saw pictures of me when I was younger, my hair was almost white with how blonde it was.
Holy Jenkins, it's Move Over Kids, and back at you, 60 Formula. What's up, my man? We'll get into some of the Pokemon talk in a minute, but I just really wanted to... A couple more questions for you. First off, Bandana Gamer, why have you not got Pokemon? Are you a hater?
No, God, no. I've been there since Blue.
Blue?
We're about to have some words there, but don't even.
But no, it's just Dragon Quest 11 has been eating up my time, and
very good game.
And I just can't jump into another RPG right now.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So,
I'd say that's fair.
And I will say, like, I'm not well versed enough in the news because, like, once all the thing about National Dex news and the hating on this game got to a point where I was just like, this is confusing and dumb. All this sounds like every Pokemon release we've ever had. So,
yeah. And that's what, like, I was bringing up in my video earlier. If Pokemon still keeps coming out like they have been in these the last 20 some years, there's going to be a point where there's going to be so many new Pokemon, the original like 151 or 200 some that everybody loves, that is all mad that's not there, is not going to be in there at all. Well, I can't wait to hear the crying about that.
Yeah, I mean, the competitive fighting game scene has to deal with this all the time when new games come out and certain characters get pulled to be DLC or just not put back. I don't understand, and also it's a lot of work to render 150 characters in high definition for the first time.
Right.
The game would not be coming out this year if they had done the whatever the national dex is. I'm not sure I understand that terminology.
Yeah. So what it means when you're playing the games, you have like a regional dex. So it's all the Pokemon that are in the game as you're doing the story that you're able to catch.
Okay.
Once you beat the game, it opens up the national dex. And basically what you can do is you can transfer a Pokemon from the older games to your new game, and you can use them there. So all the data for every single Pokemon until that point is actually in the game. Now, for Sword and Shield, that's not the case. The only Pokemon that are in the data for the game are the ones that are actually the game itself in the story.
Okay.
I like 60 Formula. We're gonna he just like, this dude always has a different opinion than me. I'm like, sometimes I wonder, like, 60, how have you stayed a Nintendo fan this long? Because he always seems to have a different opinion than me, and that's great. I love the different opinions. He's like, I'm a hater. So he admits it. He's just like, I'm a hater. The new Pokemon looks terrible. I agree with the trolls. Doesn't mean it's a bad game, but I wouldn't put a ring on it. At least he says it doesn't mean it's a bad game. I don't think it looks that bad. I would love, like, 60 Formula. If you want to come on the podcast right now, let David know and he'll give you a link, because I want to know what is so terrible looking about this game. I just don't see it. There's this YouTuber. I said this in a video that I did yesterday. There's this YouTuber. His name is Arlo, and he's a puppet. But this dude is like a Nintendo fanboy, like a fanboy, like myself. So, like, I was surprised when he was starting to compare it to PS2 graphics and 64 graphics. And I was like, not Arlo. I expected that from, like, someone like Dreamcast guy or something, But, so...
Or, who else am I thinking of? Angry Joe.
Yeah,
I expected it from him.
Yeah, so when Arlo said it, it held some more weight than the normal naysayer. But I still just could not see it. Like, do you see it at all? Like, he was mentioning the trees look just absolutely horrid and stuff. I don't think they look that bad. I don't think they looked the trees didn't look as good as the trees in Breath of the Wild, but I don't care.
There's some points where like the trees have like the fruit in them, the berries in them, and the way it kind of renders it up there looks a little weird. But no, I'm not gonna flip out over that. I'm not gonna complain because my 60 frames per second, top quality graphics card, all of a sudden a polygon went out of place.
I just couldn't, like, I was just surprised when Arlo, like I said, a Nintendo fanboy. If you don't know who he is, it doesn't matter, but he's a Nintendo fanboy that I believe his reviews or his criticisms hold weight. And let's see, 60 Formula says he watched both myself and Arlo, and he said he just finished Luigi's Mansion 3, and that was polished. I have to agree there. That was a very polished game. They want They want to make it feel like a Game Boy game. That's the deal. So it's simplistic, but they should just go all in, make it look next gen. Okay, so that's what.
Do people want it? Do people want it to look like Red Dead Redemption 2?
Then they shouldn't be on Switch.
Well,
that's kind of what I was getting at.
David, what are your thoughts? David?
I'm just worried that 60 Formula is considering what games to marry and put rings on, dude. Like at this point, I don't even care about the conversation. What game has he wanted to put a ring on? Tell us right now, Stevie. Is it Rampage 64? Because I don't know.
What is the game you want to put a ring on? If you had to marry a game, Breath of the Wild, I would bend down on a knee and put a ring on Zelda.
What's the game you want to bring home to your mom?
Husky Edition.
Huh?
I haven't played the game, man, but it's here. I'm gonna play it as soon as the podcast is over.
Raquel, what's up, Raquel?
I'm probably gonna go with Shield, man. I don't know. I don't know the differences, but I'm gonna go in blind. I really haven't seen any of the new Pokemon. Superman 64.
We got 2 Superman 64s with a ring on it. And we got Overthink Gaming. We got 3. Okay, we got 3 Superman 64. Overthink Gaming has entered. And Pizza Rolls, ready to hear anything about Pokemon. Yeah, we're talking Pokemon right now, Overthink.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
if it does not look, if the graphics look really bad, like, what are these graphics going to do to you? Like, what kind of graphics are you expecting out of Pokemon, David?
And
Bandana, what kind of graphics, like, what's going to turn you away from Pokemon? Nothing?
I mean, I don't think anything really would. Like, I mean, this kind of is like the weird nature of the Switch being, both Nintendo previous to this had 2 platforms, portable and a console. And Pokemon's always been their major portable franchise. I want something that continues that tradition. It's cool I can play it on TV, but like it's a portable game in my heart, so I'm cool with whatever graphics.
So right. Pokemon's still portable to you, even though it's on the home console for the first time ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's also on the portable console still. I mean, that's the Switch. Yeah.
What if they went more cartoonish with the graphics? What if they went like Wind Waker or like the Borderlands games are?
Like stylized?
Yeah, like stylized. What if they did something? What if they? Because the way they look now, it's what people see when they look at a Pokemon game. That's what they expect. But what if they went completely off the rails with just changing the way it looks?
Then probably people will complain about that, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I don't mean going realistic. I mean going more animated.
Right.
I think people were expecting Breath of the Wild. I think they were because if you look at Breath of the Wild, it's not like hyper realistic like Red Dead Redemption, but it's still an upgrade nonetheless, and it still looks beautiful. And 60 says he thinks Breath of the Wild looks like garbage, to be honest. I told you, this guy. I don't even know why he likes Nintendo.
Well, I mean, Nintendo's graphics are style choices. I mean, they're not the high-end computer graphics. They're different styles. I think that's the biggest thing. And so with Nintendo's graphics, it's the most subjective of any company, really.
Yeah.
That's true. They're stylistic. It's just all the style. It's pretty much whatever. You could argue that it's Game Freak that did it instead of Nintendo, but I think Game Freak worked close enough with Nintendo that, you know, it's still a stylistic choice, or maybe Nintendo had some say in it whatsoever. But I don't know what would be your ideal. Is this your ideal, or do you have a? What about you, Devin? I know you're okay with everything, but what would if they did upgrade? What would your ideal art style be? Just prettier version of what we got, or I don't know.
Honestly, that's kind of what I was getting at. Like when I'm playing Pokemon, it's kind of like what 60 was saying. It doesn't need to really divert from what we've had this whole time. Maybe a little bit more. Like also Cipatel said cell shaded graphics. I think that would be kind of cool. But I'm not playing Pokemon to see like the sweat dripping down on the characters.
You don't want to see the size of the testicles of the Pokemon.
Yeah,
hey man,
like, weird stuff like that. I'm playing Pokemon because it's just a fun game and it's just nostalgic to me. If I want to play a detailed game, I'll go play something on my Xbox or my PS4. I'm not playing that on the Switch for graphical fidelity.
David, I was bringing up the Red Dead Redemption.
I know. It just took me out of my element because, you know, sometimes will talk about like bath babes or whatever. And then Ken, you just said testicles just now. So it's like, is this still PG, man? Just wondering.
That's honestly with COPA laws going on, I would be wise to start cussing on my channel because there's this whole thing going on in the background with YouTube right now.
I've read about that. Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys aren't aware, it's like they're gonna demonetize. It's like the apocalypse for YouTube channels are coming.
Yeah.
If you don't know.
If you set yourself as a channel for kids, you can't monetize.
Yeah,
is what it basically is.
So I might as well start saying other words for testicles. But not yet. Not yet.
Wait, what happens to the testicles when you fight an ice type?
Well, if we were in Red Dead Redemption, there would definitely be a size difference. So, anyways, COPA will make me homeless. 60 Formula is worried about COPA. 60 Formula probably knows more about COPA than I do at this point. Because my channel, like I've made like maybe $300 off this channel, while 60 he does like he's full time. You guys want to know about husky dogs? You go to 60 Formula. Don't go to him for video game opinions though, because his opinions are wrong.
So 60 brings up a good point I want to talk about. He says Luigi's Mansion, Link's Awakening, those games look nice. So last week I spoke about like the scope of the game, right? Link's Awakening essentially has a template that you can go off of, right? It doesn't really stray off too far of the beaten path because, you know, it's based off of a game that has existed before. And Luigi's Mansion, I feel like it's kind of like tight-knit corridors. You kind of know what you're in for. But then when you talk about Pokemon, you start talking about an open world. And Breath of the Wild, an open world. And I feel like that's where you kind of tend to lose a little bit of the grasp of the graphical fidelity, right? Because it's a different type of game essentially, right? It's larger, and therefore there's more processing power that has to go to render these things at all the same time, right? I mean, there's a big argument with Sword and Shield that there's a rendering distance thing where like the closer or farther away you get from an item, the thing in the background is going to either pixelate more than if you're near the object. So my question is, do you think we got this game? Because think about when the Switch was announced 3 years ago,
3 years ago. David, you're cutting in and out a little bit. I think I know where David
Freak announced that they were making a Pokemon game. How far into the Switch's life cycle? Like a year? Was it that E3 where they're like, "Hey, we have."
They said in 2007
Pokemon Let's Go coming, but I know you guys are expecting a mainline entry.
They said in 2017 right? We were getting mainline.
So from concept to release, do you think, let's just call that 2 years, maybe 3 years. Do you think that's enough time for them to make a mainline entry Pokemon game and it looked like super polished and with all the bells and whistles? Do you think that was enough time?
I would argue they probably had more time. I mean, because there was all the rumor and innuendo about the NX when we knew the Switch was coming. And I have to feel like Game Freak was on tap very early on when they realized this was going to be their portable and their home console.
That's true.
They're
I
also
think.
a small company, aren't they?
Huh?
I think yeah. As of on Wiki, as of 2018, they only have 143 employees. They're not like these companies that has like 500, 1,000 employees working round the clock to make something.
Like Square Enix or something.
Yeah. Or Rockstar.
Maybe they spread themselves too thin. I know they just had My Little Town Hero, and they had another game that actually came out on the PS4, which was surprising because everybody was like, Game Freak, the Pokemon people, they made a game that goes on PS4. It was a game that was just released on limited run games. It was also on the Nintendo Switch. It's not just a PS4 exclusive. But I see what you're saying, David, and I think though I think Bandana has a good point though that Pokemon probably would have been one of the first people that they talked to, Nintendo, right. Because I remember when X and Y came out, not X and Y, Sun and Moon, and people were like, why don't they just make Sun and Moon for the next console or whatnot? And so
Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, right?
Yeah. So they had a lot of
people speculating a special edition was coming for Switch.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was going to be Star or something.
Or something like that, yeah.
That would have been cool. But
which leads me to my second question. I know the game just came out, but do you think we would see something a la Ultra Moon, Ultra Sun with Sword and Shield, or do you think it would be like a proper sequel like Black and White 2? Seeing the success, seeing that they already have this engine going for them, do you think they'll just go for like a Game of the Year version or a true sequel, or none of it?
At this point, it's hard to say because of this whole Game Freak lied hashtag going on. It'll all depend now if they're going to pull a Sonic on us. Like, are they going to go back to the drawing board and redo everything?
I have a feeling if they went and they did a second game in the same Sword and Shield universe, people are instantly going to claim they cut the content to resell back to us.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, sure. Even though they've released a third version on almost every single generation.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I hope they do release the third one or a sequel, because like Black and White had a Black and White 2, and Sun and Moon, they had Ultra Sun and Moon, and XY never had anything. Yeah, everything else huh?
It's the one that just never had a third.
Yeah, it should have had a third because even the cartoon had a Z, but other than that, I see them. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do Omega Ruby or anything for this one. We'll see, though, because the sales are still going to be off the charts. And
my inclination is that they will, Ken, is that they will do like a kind of like a either like Ultra Moon or Ultra Sun, something within the same region, the Galar region. Because if they make a brand new iteration, well, let's just say, I don't know, like a cupcake or like ice cream or whatever, then they would have to create another 100 Pokemon, right? A whole new region, whole new gym leaders. I think that wouldn't come until maybe a few years down the line, I would think. I think they're gonna expand on what they have right now. Maybe call it like, I don't know, Sword and Shield
Spear.
2 or
Pokemon Gun.
Pokemon Gun. Let's do it.
So I mean, it's gonna. I just know that it's gonna be very successful. Is my.
I bet if they do a third one, what would you? I bet Gun. No way they'll do that. But I could see them doing Crown. Like that would be something because I think it's
gonna go. If they're gonna do anything, it's gonna go on that like that medieval type of feel to it. It's gonna be something like that.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking Spear because it's also another S.
Ooh, that's a good point too. Bandana Gamer, you said you're playing Dragon
Quest.
Quest.
On my Pokemon Switch.
on your Pokemon Switch. There's your Switch. Your donation to the Game Freak. Tell me why I should play Dragon Quest, or because I haven't really got it. I played the demo and I didn't get into it. So why should I play it?
So I'm a huge fan of the 16-bit JRPGs. From back in the day. Final Fantasy IV is still one of my favorite experiences of all time. Dragon Quest XI has a feel, like gameplay wise, of a 16-bit RPG, but the look of a much more modern game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just devouring it. Like, I lose hours of time to this game. It was slow to start, and I think a lot of old school JRPGs are. When you're coming out and you're like swinging ones at the enemy that takes 3 hits, is a little annoying. But once you get past it, yeah, I'm enough of a nerd to really like Akira Toriyama's artwork. I mean, he has one move, but it's one really, really good move. All of Akira Toriyama's work just looks the same, but
Right.
it's a really good, fun, old school feel JRPG. The world's really cool. The characters, there are some really interesting choices with characters that we've not seen out of JRPGs. Sylvando, is a really
he's fun.
He is a really fun, well written character. Like, he's goofy, but he's really, really well written.
Mm-hmm.
In a way that, usually when you have an effeminate male in JRPGs, like, everyone's like afraid of it, is homophobic toward them.
Right.
But everything's just normal around this guy.
Yeah.
And that's just such a really cool storyline thing, and so different. And the world's just, I mean, the game itself, style wise, is beautiful. I just am enjoying every minute. And of course, it has the cool thing.
If I remember right, they don't directly say anything about his orientation. He's just simply who he is.
Yeah, I mean, no one has any romantic. There's not really any hints of any romance anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But no one. It's generally your effeminate male characters get treated differently in these games, and he doesn't.
Is he a supporting character?
What?
Is he a supporting character, or is it the main character?
No, he's supporting. The main character is the hero, and there's very little detail about the hero because you're supposed to pour yourself into the hero.
Gotcha. What's up, Veronica David and Pesty 3? What's up?
I've heard Bindin, I've heard a lot of good things about the animation of the enemies in the when you're fighting them, like they all have unique animations, like when they fall asleep, or like their dying animation's really unique.
Yeah.
And you guys know I'm like a sucker for animation or art direction or just the small nuanced things. It's really gets me going. I played the demo, and that's I don't ever play demos. I only played it for Smash because you get a free spirit if you play the demo. And I was hooked on the demo. Like, I played it for 30 minutes. Normally I would just play it and then get my spirit and go, but I was like, man, this is a lot of fun. Like, the environments look nice. I love the design of the characters just from what I've seen, the enemies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's and I listened to the Easy Allies podcast, and one of the guys who typically shies away from JRPGs, he says he played it and he's actually thinking it's like his top 20 best game of all time. That's crazy. Of all time. So, I mean, that definitely means that this game is already very impactful, and Dragon Quest is like Star Wars big in Japan. So
yeah, and they were thinking of not even releasing any more of them over here because of the low sales. But if people need to be praising this game more people need to be playing it.
Nintendo has been the one to step in over here and publish all the Dragon Quest stuff on Switch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, look at how Dragon Quest got its start over here as Dragon Warrior, where it was offered as a free game with Nintendo Power.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
With the guide as well.
Yeah.
They straight up gave a free game.
Yeah. Yeah, you subscribed to Nintendo Power and you got a free copy of the game along with a strategy guide that helped you beat it.
They did that a couple times in the Nintendo Power run. I know there was one time if you subscribed, you got the Zelda disc for GameCube with Ocarina and Majora.
Yeah, or you could also get that for you had to buy X amount of games, these certain games on a list, and you could get it that way. That's how I got mine.
Huh. I didn't know that Zelda came that way too. I thought that was released with the GameCube, but I guess I was wrong.
I thought it was too.
No, so I guess there was 3 different ways to get it.
Well, that's cool. 60 asked something about the channel, so I'll address that, and then maybe we'll backtrack a little to Luigi.
I wanted to bring something up too, but go on.
He asked me my schedule change. What's up? I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately. I've been lucky if I get one a week, and then also the podcast. Podcast is for sure 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's happening on Sunday nights. I've been trying to do a weekend wrap up of news. My work has been like pretty crazy lately, so I've only really been able to film or do a video on Fridays and Saturdays now. So that's why. Yeah, yesterday I pretty much did a rant video on the Pokemon situation. So expect my videos more or less on Fridays and Saturdays. And unfortunately that means I'm really slow down my pacing on my videos, but it's just, I gotta do what pays the bills. And not only that, but with that Copa thing that we were talking about, 60, what I'm talking about. That Copa thing is, that's looming near. If you guys don't know what Copa is, basically the FTC, which is the government, they are stepping in, and surprise, surprise, the government doesn't always really know what's going on. And I'm not saying that because of who's in office. I would say that no matter who's in office. And they are saying that if your YouTube channel is targeted towards minors, then they're going to demonetize you, take you out of search engines, and do all this stuff. Basically, there's and you wouldn't even get notifications. So, you guys are subscribed to the channel. You wouldn't get notified that this, if I posted a video. You would have to literally come to my channel every day and look to see if it's there. And that's the only way you would be able to seek out a video that I produced, if I'm targeted towards minors. Now, here's the problem with that. My channel is not targeted towards minors. My whole premise is move over kids. The adults want to play video games. So my demographic, who I always targeted, was 30 and up. But here's the problem. The FTC, they see my channel and they see a toy right here, a toy right there. They see video games. Video games, that's for kids. And so there's a chance that my channel is going to fall into this kid category. And
don't you have to opt into if you're in the kid category or not? Isn't it something you can choose?
You can choose it, but the YouTube algorithm can also choose it for you.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah, and not only that, stupid. And Copa just stands for some initials that are that's basically the law, the act, the whatever. So that's why I keep saying Copa. But the FTC is saying literally that not only is YouTube now responsible, because they'll find YouTube. If my channel is somehow targeted towards kids, I'm violating something, and the YouTube will get fined, but I will also get fined as a content creator. So Bandana Gamer, you could get fined because you also talk about video games. Rat Boy, you could get fined because you talk about toys and stuff. And that's the problem. And I'll be honest with you, I've been I kind of stepped back a little to try to figure out. It's the Children's Online Privacy Protection. That's what this is all about. And on the surface, yes, obviously we want to have protection for children. I have 2 kids, and you guys aren't evil people. You want protection for kids as well. However, the government, again, and this is from both parties. Both parties are a part of this. This is not a Republican thing. It's not a Democrat thing. They've just overstepping their bounds, and so I don't know. I've been a little scared to post some videos, to tell you the truth, because this all is in effect right now, and the fines start coming out in January. So there you have it. There's the update for my channel if you guys really want to know.
I want to know about Smash, dude.
You want to know about Smash? Well,
I got people in my DMs asking me when you're bringing it back, dude.
When am I bringing it back? Well, is it you got people or people?
I can look back. I think 2 or 3 viewers. Yeah.
Smash Brothers is hard to do because it's like I said, I had to cut back. Huh?
I would think the lag is probably a big factor, right?
The lag is a big factor, and the people who were coming on, they were super good, and no one could get the belt, but they were super good. People would go 5-6 wins in a row, and but with my work schedule and stuff, it was just hard to like really set in stone a day and time. There's Calf right now. Speaking of people asking, it was hard to really say every Friday I will do Smash Brothers when I couldn't do it every Friday, or I couldn't do it every Sunday. I've managed to get the podcast. I kind of had to choose podcast or Smash Brothers. What could I do every single week? And that's why it was Sunday Night Smash for a minute, and then suddenly it became the podcast on Sunday nights. You know what I mean?
Now, I've noticed what some people do for their channels is they'll announce early that there's like a planned event that's going to be going on, and they'll set it as a reminder thing. I see that when I go and look through my feed, like, oh, that's a video I want to watch. Oh wait, it's a reminder that it's going to be tomorrow at like 5. So no, I don't know if you'd want to do something like that where it's like, okay, I know I can do Smash tomorrow, so you set it up as a reminder for people, and then next week it's like, oh, well, I can't do it that exact same day of the week this week, but I can do it on another day and just set the reminder for then, so people know when they're going to be that you're going to be doing it.
That's not a bad idea, and that's something that I could probably toy around with.
I mean, at least with the podcast, no, it's consistent that people know that it's on Sundays now.
Yeah, that's the one that I had to really like say, okay, Sunday nights I can block out. Hey, Rat Boy, what were you gonna say? You had something to bring up before I brought in all the government news and stuff.
I just wanted to bring up the Sonic thing. I forget which one of you guys mentioned that, like the fact that they actually fixed the Sonic movie.
Yeah,
it looks good now.
I'm impressed that they did it. I didn't think they were going to.
Yeah, like that's what it's like. They actually listened to the fan outcry. I mean, it looks perfect. And I mean, originally it looked like hot garbage, but now it just looks really cool now.
Not only does
you see the side by side, and
not only does the design look better, but the tone of the movie looks like a different movie altogether.
Yeah, but in the original trailer, they didn't show Sonic's planet, as they called it. I don't know. They didn't show any of that.
Yeah.
Well, you can make any movie look like any other type of movie by how you cut the trailer.
Yeah,
I'm sure you've seen there's videos online like somebody cut The Shining to be a comedy.
Yeah. Or Mary Poppins to be a horror movie.
But
Yes.
my point is that it's pointing to a better movie altogether, I think now.
Yes,
I mean,
I really like Jim Carrey as Robotnik. I think that's going to be cool. I don't know. I mean, even if it doesn't end up being the most spectacular movie, we as the fans need to understand they actually fixed it. Like that is big.
That is big. That is pretty big.
They actually listened to it.
It's a shame. It's a shame we can't get a Sonic and Mario crossover.
I saw somebody post up a picture of somebody posted up a picture of the live action Detective Pikachu and then Sonic right next to each other and said the Smash Bros. Movie universe is on its way.
But you get Jim Carrey.
Imagine if that happened. like next movie we see is like Captain Falcon.
Oh man, and he's a drunk, right? And he has to like, come on, Captain.
Get back in the car.
What'll it be, sir? Give me a Falcon punch.
Oh my God, that was
So, is Sonic now a day one for you because of the fix?
Oh yeah, I think I'm definitely maybe not day one, but I'm definitely going to see it in the theaters. Before I was entertaining it, but I was probably going to wait. But now I'm definitely going to see it.
How about you, Bandana?
Oh yeah, I've actually posted on some group about like, does anyone else feel morally obligated to go see this movie?
I do.
I mean, that is such a huge thing, and like, the tone, what David was talking about, the tone of the trailer, just seemed that listening was much more, because even the switch from Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio, which had no real reason to be in a Sonic trailer.
What are you talking about? When I always think Gangsta Paradise when I see Sonic.
Let's Bring Bop, which, simplistic of understanding of that song aside, Let's Go at least fits with Sonic, So
yeah, it did.
I think I have some insider on the reason why Gangsta's Paradise was chosen.
Oh yeah, let us.
I don't know if it's myth or rumor or just BS, but apparently, when Sega of America was they had like some type of conference or something that I think when they were marketing for one of the Sonic games back in the early 90s or in the mid 90s, whenever Gangsta's Paradise came out, they opened up the press conference or the conference with Coolio's song. And so I don't know if the director dug deep for that reference.
No way.
But 90% of people, or 99% of people.
Somewhere in the background, there's going to be some Michael Jackson music.
Okay.
In reference to Sonic 3.
Devin.
All right. Go on.
Head Crab. Hey, look at that. Head Crab. Eddie, what's up, my man? How are you? So, well,
David's dying over here.
I'm totally going to go see Sonic.
Me too.
I'll be honest with you.
See ending credit scene, Big the Cat.
I'll be honest with you though. Like, I'm such not a graphics guy that I was like, it's not that bad when I first saw it. But now.
Well, you see what, like, this pretty much realistic version of straight ripped out of the video game, and then that old travesty, you can clearly tell.
Now I can tell. Now I'm like, whoa, this is amazing what they went and did. But I will be honest with you, I was just like, what's the problem?
And are you taking the kids to go watch it?
Yeah, I'll be taking the kids. And I'll tell you this also, my kids, they saw the original Garbage trailer and they thought it was cool. That my son looked at me after he saw it, because we saw it at Detective Pikachu, and he looked at me and he was like, that looks cool. We adults that we are so jaded.
The innocence, man. I miss those times.
But I'm glad they did do that, because it does look a world of difference, and Sonic looks sweet now. Now I can say that without being afraid of people throwing stuff at me.
Now all the old stuff that had the old design on it, that's going to be collectible.
Oh yeah, it is.
Those standees.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I just thought about that. Oh wow, yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
So, and it's not Monday. It's not Mail Call Monday, but I could do Mail Call Sunday.
Mail Call Sunday, yeah. You got something?
I want to know what you got there.
Yeah. Now I'm open this box, but I'm not going to open up what's in it, just because I don't want to open it quite yet.
Okay, let's see what it is.
I got a big box here from Limited Run Games.
Limited Run Games.
Yeah.
Still waiting on my River City Girls and the Power Rangers game.
Oh, speaking of River City Girls, Best Buy orders up for it.
Okay.
So it'll be the same cover as the one that you ordered a while back, but...
Well, I got the classic edition personally.
Oh, okay.
Power Rangers did you get?
It's the game from Limited Run called Battle for the Grid.
Is it the standard or did you get the collector?
Oh, I got the collectors that has like the power coins in the. What's up?
Standard's coming Tuesday. So.
Okay, I just really wanted the steelbook with the power coins. That looked the coolest to me.
That did look really cool. I'm
still mad because I ordered from Germany, Amazon Germany, to get that Luigi's Mansion steelbook, and then they suddenly canceled the order and said, "Oh, well, here's your money back." I'm like, "No, what happened?" And then I found out that apparently it got damaged in the mail. So they still ended up sending me the game, and I'm out the steelbook. So I'm sitting on a German copy, and I don't want it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I finally arrived.
Celeste. Nice. I actually could not get that one. I tried really hard to get that. I couldn't get it.
So I found out what happened. What I found out what happened was that the reason why it took so long for them to do it, they were waiting for the last piece of DLC to come out.
So that was right on their website.
Yeah. I didn't know about it. In fact, there's even in here. And you got the card.
Oh, that card's cool.
That is a cool card.
And there is information there.
Do you have the
guys?
Do you have the digital version of Celeste?
No, but I'm going to get a digital version. Yes, and we wanted to apologize deeply for the delay on our physical release of Celeste. As you may know, physical preservation of games, the core pillar that Limited Run Games is built on. We felt it was our duty to make sure that the Farewell DLC, which completed development in September, was included with the physical release to preserve it for years to come. That's why it was postponed.
That's cool.
Good looks on them.
Hey, you don't want to know something?
And I actually gave you this to let you know.
Head Crab said this, and it kind of ties into Celeste. Head Crab was like, he said that he's gotten over his anxiety and depression. So congratulations, Head Crab, or Eddie. But Celeste.
I'm trying to get over mine.
Celeste is a game that is based off of anxiety, overcoming anxiety and depression and all that stuff. So I haven't beaten that game because that game is crazy hard, but I do know that it is that the core mechanics or the story itself is based on overcoming mental disease and stuff like that. So if anybody wants to check that out, it's
a very deep storyline. I like it a lot.
I didn't get very far in it because that game just frustrated the heck out of me.
I'm currently stuck on one of the parts where that evil version of Celeste is chasing you and you have to move faster than that. So hard. I think I've died easily hundreds of times.
I could see that. David, what game are you playing?
Just currently?
Yeah, Smash Brothers. Just Smash Brothers.
Yeah, don't say Smash.
I've been playing Smash Brothers. You guys heard of that game?
Is that the game? Is that where there's Green Mario and his brother?
Yeah. No, that's just the go-to
Zelda
game.
And female Zelda.
When I get into when I hang out with my cousins, that's just the go-to game. I've been getting better, man. I've been getting really, really good.
You are
where I could win a championship, man, like your belt. So, just letting you know.
That's the only reason why he wants it back. He's lying about the
Yeah, he's lying, Captain.
No, Cap can vouch for me. He's in the comments.
No, Ken, he's been training. I'm gonna get it.
Dun 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 dun.
Hey, if it means anything, I have won it before, but Ken has snatched it from my paws.
You never won it.
Yes, I have.
There's a belt. There's a Smash Brothers belt that we're talking about, and I had a you must win 7 in a row to win it.
How did it start off though? It wasn't always 7.
It was 5 in a row to begin with, but then what
happened?
New Year happened. So when a new year happened, I added 2 more victories. I figured.
By the way, the new year doesn't start when our new year starts. Just to paint everybody, the picture,
It was a fiscal new year. A fiscal new year.
So there you have it. But that's fine. It's okay.
So
I like a challenge.
I'll tell you what. Maybe next. Let me check the schedule. Maybe next Friday we can do a Friday Night Smash. I don't know.
I think Sunday's a good time, man.
Can't be Sunday.
Okay, we'll figure out something, but Fridays are rough.
Fridays are rough. Figure out a day that you can. You and Calf. Calf needs to get it in on it though because he's been very patient.
Yeah, he actually created some Move Over Kids themed custom stages, guys.
Yeah, I want to see that.
That sounds pretty cool, huh? Yeah.
And Veronica David, I don't know about that comment. I just I can't say one way or another. You're just too nice of a person.
Mother's
Veronica
intuition, they're never wrong, man. So, you know.
You haven't met my mom.
Just defended her baby.
So what's your next game, Bandana?
Luigi or Pokemon at this, or Baldur's Gate. I did pick up Baldur's Gate for the Switch.
Oh, I really want to do Baldur's Gate.
I picked that up for the PS4, but I haven't even opened it yet.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's so many that are on the stack that's like I really shouldn't buy a new game, but Pokemon is like calling to me hard.
Dude, I shouldn't be doing it either, but that's why I wanted to do those trade-ins the other day so I can get the the Fallen Jedi or whatever it's called. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I want to pick that up too. That looks really good.
I was instantly turned on to it when I heard it was like Dark Souls.
Yeah, shout out to EA for not creating a pay-to-win game.
Yeah, finally.
EA's like, oh my gosh, Move Over Kids shouted us out.
Endorsement.
Send me a review.
Okay, you know what? That's a good one. What should Bandana Gamer play next? That's a good question. Because Luigi's Mansion and Pokemon and Baldur's Gate, I have like a close connection with all of them. Baldur's Gate.
And if you pick anything but Luigi's Mansion, it's wrong.
Yeah, you know what? I might have to agree with that. Luigi's Mansion might be the game to play next because it is so creative and just phenomenal. I actually just beat it 2 days ago.
I haven't even beat it yet. You're actually beating me now. Darn it.
That's okay. It's hard too. Like it's not a walk. It's not a piece of cake. But I would say Luigi's Mansion. What about you, William? What should Bandana Gamer play next? Baldur's Gate, Pokemon, or Luigi's Mansion?
I'll say Luigi's Mansion because it's likely the shorter game of the three. So he could get that done, enjoy himself playing that, and then get to a game that's longer. I think probably do Pokemon after that, and then Baldur's Gate, because Baldur's Gate, it's games on that one disc. That's going to take him a lot more time.
All right.
So kind of go shorter, longest.
It would be nice to get a little RPG palate cleanser, like
to
take a break.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion will definitely clean your palate. What about you, David?
What you can add in between the two RPGs?
What would you recommend?
I haven't played any of the games, but I was gonna suggest the fact that if you're going from one JRPG to another, then you got to get checked, man. You know, because that's so. I'm just kidding. It's very taxing on the mind because you know you're pouring hours into Dragon Quest, which is a feat by itself. So you gotta kind of restart the engine a little bit and do a pit stop. Maybe how long is the campaign? 20 hours, guys, something like that.
Luigi's Mansion, yeah.
So
that sounds nice.
Yeah, and then you jump back. I think the holiday season is really caters towards things like that, right? Like JRPGs. Like I have a friend who's one of his favorite games of all time is Dragon Quest VIII for the PS2, and he says he replays it every Christmas when he goes visits parents.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So
I was gonna say Luminescence could be a good palate cleanser. That's a very, very relaxing game.
If you like puzzles,
yeah, I throw that on every so often. That's definitely one I've fallen in love with. Tetris Effect as well.
I wish Tetris Effects would come to the Switch. I'm such a dork. One of the reasons why I'd buy a PS4 is for Tetris Effect.
I bought a PSVR for it. Like I got Tetris Effect and was like, I have to try VR on this. So.
I recently had to replace my PlayStation 4. I got the Pro now, so I could set up the VR if I wanted to.
All right, guys, we got about a minute left, so how about we just any final thoughts? Bandana Gamer, how's your channel? How's your channel going? Are you still releasing videos? I know you were just kind of like out of the loop because you did a big move.
Yeah, during the move thing, wasn't doing a lot. Took about 2 months off, but no, I'm back in a regular rotation. Just did a review for the Hori Split Pad Pro Switch accessory.
Okay.
And then I've got tomorrow I'll release my week with a Nintendo Switch Lite to kind of just
cool. That's cool. So
Lite for a week.
All right, so that's Bandana Gamer, just how it sounds, Bandana Gamer. Check it out, a week with the Nintendo Switch Lite. That's coming up tomorrow. Rat Boy, you got anything for us?
Well, besides my little rant video today, that's the last thing I did. I have another video idea that I'm going to do about my Chewbacca collection coming up soon.
Okay, cool. Chewbacca coming up soon. You know what I wanted to talk about? Disney Plus. I wanted to talk a little bit about Disney Plus, but that'll have to wait till next week because we're out of time. David, William, anything to add?
Mandalorian, watch it.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
man, everybody, Mandalorian has been saying that. Also, if anybody wants if anybody wants to play Smash Brothers, CAF just created a lobby that you guys can go to, number D9P6G. It's in the chat. All right, William, did you want to throw anything out there?
Gonna go pick up my movie and then come home and play some Pokemon.
Cool. I'll be playing some Pokemon as well. I'm at my first gym challenge or whatever it's called nowadays. It's at a stadium. So, guys, it's dangerous to go alone. Please share this channel with a friend. Have yourselves a great night. I appreciate every single one of you, from Overthink Gaming to CAF to Pesty, EPS 5000, Riley. I know you guys will eventually watch. Eddie, so happy to hear that you recovered from your struggles. Guys, again, I appreciate every single one of you. Oh, and of course, we can't